So, have you ever dreamed of swapping your office desk for, well, pretty much anywhere else in the world? If that's you, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're moving past the daydreaming phase and actually building the plan to make it a reality. Let's dive into the step-by-step blueprint for becoming a digital nomad. Just think about that for a second. This isn't your typical 2-week vacation. We're talking about a complete redesign of your life, where your office can be anywhere with a Wi-Fi signal. For so many people, this is the ultimate dream. And honestly, it's way more achievable than you might think. And just how achievable is it? Well, check this out. A whopping 18 million Americans now call themselves digital nomads. So yeah, this isn't some tiny niche trend anymore. It's a huge and rapidly growing shift in how we think about the whole work-life balance thing. You know, all those Instagram pictures of a laptop next to a tropical drink on the beach? What they don't show you is all the planning that went into making that moment happen. This lifestyle doesn't just fall into your lap. It's not about luck. You need a blueprint. And that's exactly what we're going to build together right now. Okay, first things first. And this is, without a doubt, the foundation for everything else. You can't be a digital nomad without the digital part, right? And that means getting your income sorted out so it's not tied to one specific location. This is usually the biggest hurdle. So let's break down exactly how you can clear it. So really, you've got 3 main roads you can take here. The first one, and the safest bet, is to negotiate remote work with your current job. You get the most stability, but you also have the least freedom. You're still on their clock. The second option is to find a new, completely remote job. Still pretty stable, but a nice step up in the freedom department. And then there's the third path, freelancing or starting your own business. This one's the riskiest for sure, but the payoff is the ultimate prize, total and complete freedom. Now, if you're thinking that freelance route sounds pretty good, here's a really smart strategy. It's called the client bridge. Instead of just quitting your job and hoping for the best, you start building your freelance clients on the side while you're still employed. The magic number you're aiming for is when that side income covers about 75% of your monthly expenses. Once you hit that mark, you can confidently make the jump. All right, so you've got your income stream figured out. Fantastic. Now it's time for step 2, building your financial fortress. Because trust me, the most stressful thing you can experience on the road isn't a missed flight. It's watching your bank account dwindle to zero when you're thousands of miles from home. And the cornerstone of this fortress is your freedom fund. You absolutely need to have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up, in cash. Think of it as your personal runway. If a client is late with a payment or your laptop suddenly dies, this is the fund that keeps you afloat instead of forcing you to book a one-way ticket back home. Let's talk about a classic rookie mistake that can cost you a fortune, using your regular bank from home while you're traveling. Those fees are killer. We're talking about 3% on every single purchase and $5 or more every time you use an ATM. It adds up like crazy. The answer is to get a Nomad-friendly bank. For anyone in the US, Charles Schwab is the gold standard. They refund all ATM fees worldwide. For everyone else, services like Wise or Revolut are pretty much essential. All right, let's get into the boring stuff that is actually super, super important. Visas and insurance. I know it's not the most exciting part, but getting this right is what separates the people who travel for years from the ones who have to cut their trip short. Now, this is a rule that trips up almost every single new nomad who heads to Europe. The Schengen zone, which is most of the countries in Europe, lets you stay for 90 days within any 180-day period. And here's the key. You can't just pop over the border for a weekend to reset the clock. It doesn't work that way. So here's what that looks like in the real world. A legal trip would be spending 90 days in Spain, and then you have to leave the entire zone for the next 90 days. So maybe you'd go hang out in Croatia. What doesn't work is spending 60 days in France and then thinking you can spend another 45 in Germany right after. That's 105 days, and that's an overstay. You could get fined or even banned. So you're probably asking, what if I want to stay longer? And that's where digital nomad visas are a total game changer. A whole bunch of countries are now offering them. Places like Spain, Portugal, Costa Rica, Colombia. These visas let you live and work there legally for 1, sometimes even 2 years. Next up, insurance. Your plan from back home is almost definitely not going to cover you abroad. The 2 biggest names in the nomad space are Safety Wing and World Nomads. Here's the simple way to choose. Think of Safety Wing as a flexible monthly subscription that's awesome for medical emergencies. World Nomads is more of a fixed-term policy, and it's a better choice if you're into adventure sports or want really good coverage for your expensive camera gear and laptop. Let's talk about gear. Step 4 is all about your tech. As a digital nomad, your tech stack is your office. Your laptop is your absolute lifeline. If your gear fails, your income stops. So this isn't about having the fanciest, newest gadgets. It's all about rock-solid reliability and security. When you're on the road, connectivity is king. So here's your non-negotiable checklist. First, make sure your phone is unlocked so you can use international SIM cards. Second, get familiar with eSIMs. They're digital SIM cards that let you get online the second your plane lands. And third, this is a pro tip, always test the Wi-Fi speed at an apartment or hotel before you commit to a long-term stay. You're going to be working from cafes, airports, co-working spaces, you name it. All those public Wi-Fi networks are kind of like the digital Wild West. They can be risky. That's why a VPN is so important. It's your shield. It encrypts all your data, keeping all your passwords and sensitive client info safe from anyone snooping around. It's an absolute must-have. We've built the foundation, we've handled the logistics, now we get to the really fun part, choosing where to actually go. Now, for your first trip, I'd suggest you don't just spin a globe and point. The key is to pick a soft landing, a destination that's known for being easy and welcoming for new nomads. And here are some of the best easy mode hubs to get you started. Chiang Mai in Thailand is a classic for a reason. It's super affordable and has a huge nomad community. Lisbon, Portugal is a perfect budget-friendly home base for exploring Europe. Medellin, Colombia has incredible weather and a really fun expat scene. And of course, Bali is the ultimate spot if you're chasing that perfect tropical work-life balance. And I think this quote really nails the whole mindset. This isn't about escaping your life. It's about taking active control over it. It's about intentionally designing a life where your work actually enables you to explore the world, instead of being the thing that holds you back. So, let's do a quick recap. The 5 key steps. Secure your income. Build that financial fortress. Handle all the boring logistics. Get your tech stack in order, and then choose that perfect first hub. The whole plan is laid out right in front of you. You have the blueprint. The path has never been clearer, and the tools are all ready to go. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with it?